A very good evening to all of you. I warmly welcome you all to this new program of meditation, and it's already day 19. It has been a beautiful journey with all of us today. We learned many things about our subtle system, about our chakras, about the fact that we can enjoy the oneness with the all-pervading divine power in our life. And we also had a detailed presentation of every chakra in the last few days. And today we are going to learn and focus on how to attain the meditative state, which is the state of thoughtless awareness, and how to sustain it in our meditation and also beyond that, because the beautiful thing about Sahaja Yoga meditation is that it enables us to actually enjoy the oneness with the all-pervading power every single day of our life if we know how to sustain that meditative state. And at everyone's request, we are going to go even deeper and also have a 21 days intermediate course in which we will learn how to nourish our chakras even more by learning the mantras associated with all the chakras, and and a lot more actually. And most importantly, we are going to focus on going deep in ourselves, into our own being, and establishing the meditative state. So this is going to start on April 2nd, and it will be again a 21 days course. In between this course and the intermediate 21 days course, we are going to have a 4 days break. And this is going to be challenging maybe for all of you, because we are not going to meet every evening and meditate together, but it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for all of you to practice at home, to meditate in the morning and in the evening as well, and to see how you sustain your vibrations and how you feel when you're, you actually meditate at home by yourself. So that's going to be an interesting experiment for all of us, after which we are going to meet again every evening for the 21 days intermediate course. For today, we have some very, very amazing leads again. I would like to introduce Michelle. She's here with us for the second time. Hi, Michelle. Good to have you with us.
Thanks for having me back. Great to see you.
Absolutely. So Michelle works as a therapist specializing in addiction, and she also teaches counseling courses at the local community college. Her journey in Sahaja Yoga has been really amazing. And 7 years ago, right, Michelle, when you came across Sahaja Yoga meditation, you just knew this is what you've been looking for your whole life, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Wonderful. So how is it for you to be here with us again?
It feels so good. It's such a powerful experience, these 21 days, and I'm really just so excited to be back. Um,
Yeah.
the power of the vibrations increases, I noticed each time we come back here.
I know. I've been feeling that as well. Great. So we'll get back to you later. The second lead for today is Prateek. Prateek is here with us again for the second time. Hi, Prateek. Good to have you with us.
Hi, yeah, it's so nice to be back.
So we've been we enjoyed Prateek's music when he first joined us as an artist, but today he's going to teach us more about Sahaja Yoga meditation.
Yes, I'm
Right.
excited, looking forward.
We're very happy to have you with us. And we've got a beautiful, beautiful artist today with us. She's also joining us for the second time. Her name is Sia. Hi.
Hi everyone. Hello. I'm sitting a little twisted because I'm already in my foot soak, preparing.
Oh, that's
So I'm
smart.
talking
That's
sideways.
smart. Wonderful. So what I wanted to let you all know about Sia is that she is a wonderful musician. She's from Austria, where she's been learning music, and she had some very, very beautiful projects related to meditation, and some of them specially made for children, right, Sia?
Yeah, we started a project way back in 2007, I think, Meditation and Play, which was making children's songs and meditating easy for children, and then making little children groups where the kids can play afterwards and teaching children in a
Wonderful.
playful manner to meditate.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's amazing. And I also know about you, Sia, that you've been co-writing musicals with other Sahij yogis, and
Yes.
some of your projects were presented in front of Shri Mataji.
Yes, we had great choir performances and orchestra performances and quartet performances for Shimadaji. It's a very unique experience.
That's amazing. Maybe we're lucky to hear a bit of it in the feedback session.
Yes,
We should
maybe.
start taking
Sure.
feedback from from the leads as well sometimes.
Sure.
All right. Okay. So, Sia, what are you going to offer today?
So today, to make it a little different than last time, I'll play on a Navajo flute, which I
Wow.
finally purchased after a long, long desire of having that in Arizona on a Navajo market. And I haven't really learned it. I play improvised as always, and I'll do
Wow.
a little bit of singing over Latin prayer, which is just Dona nobis pacem, which means please give us peace. So that's
Beautiful.
going to be a fusion piece.
We're really looking forward. All right. So, let's take a 1 minute break this time. Be real quick. Get everything you need for your foot soak and see you guys.
So welcome back, everybody. We're going to start with our regular cleansing foot soak. I like to think of foot soaking as a bath on the inside. So it's like we're washing our insides when we do this foot soak. And just so you know, Sahaja, and I know you all know this already, but Sahaja means born with, but also means spontaneous. So for those of you guys that notice maybe everybody that demonstrates foot soaking or a different style, you know, talks about a different morning meditation or evening, Sahaja means we kind of experiment with this. So my good friend in Sahaja Yoga, Jerry, who lives up in Maine, he always says everything's an experiment. So I really love that. And I found that very true. So let's start. We can take our hands and hold them towards the foot soak water, towards our water, if we haven't done that yet. And something that I like to say that was taught to me in the beginning that I find really nice, we can give it a bandhan, which is that little clockwise circle, and hold our left hand actually out towards the photo of Shri Mataji, and just say, Mother, please bring the qualities of the ocean to this foot soak water so that it absorbs all the imbalances in my subtle system. And then just hold your hands over the water. The real miracle I've noticed that happens is even if I have a really warm foot soak water, and then I say this little prayer and hold my hands over it, I start to feel the cool vibrations coming off the water. And I find that pretty spectacular. So all these little experiments we can do can really reinforce that this is the real deal. So now we can put our feet in the water and just hold our hands up in our lap. We can raise our kundalini and give ourselves a bandhan. So as we know, with our left hand in front, and we move the right hand around. And we'll raise our kundalini 3 times. Let's put attention on our kundalini coming up from the base of the spine to the tops of our heads, bringing our attention up to Sahasrara. And then we can put attention on each chakra as we take a bandhan. So the first one's for Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Nabi Void, Anahata, Vishuddhi, Agya, and Sahasrara. So let's just open our hands on our lap and sit for a moment. Whatever you feel more comfortable. Some people like to keep their eyes open during the foot soak and look towards the candle flame or something, because that helps us clear, or if you're more comfortable with your eyes closed. And depending on the day, I might do something different. So this is where we become our own guru in Sahaja Yoga. So let's start. We'll take our right hand and point it towards the foot soak water to balance this left channel. And our left hand's open in our lap. We can ask Mother Kundalini, please cleanse and clear this left channel. Please absorb all the imbalances from our left side. All the conditionings, all the past, all the superego. And then after we ask, we just can sit in the silence for a moment. And now we'll cleanse our right channel. So the right hand comes back to the lap, left hand towards the sky. So my palm is facing backwards, fingertips towards the sky. And we'll asked to clear this right channel by using the ether element, which helps clear the right side. So we can ask Mother, please absorb all the heat, all the imbalances, all the ego, all the aggression, impatience. Please absorb into the ether element. And then we can bring our left hand back down. As we also know about the foot soaking, it clears the lower 3 chakras. So the Muladhara, right? The base chakra, which is our very foundation, the quality of innocence and wisdom. The Swadhisthana chakra at the level of our waist, which we know is creativity and also the pure knowledge. And then the Nabi chakra, the void area. So those are the 3 chakras mainly that get cleansed when we sit in the foot soak. So let's just put a little attention on those 3 chakras before we wash our feet. So first, let's put both hands towards the foot soak bucket. Put our attention on Muladhara. Mother, please cleanse and clear our Muladhara chakra. Please make us innocent and wise. And with that quality of innocence brings joy. As we know, children are innocent. And that means that joy comes because everything is new and fresh. So when we have that innocence, we really can enjoy life. So please give us the quality of innocence. Now let's slowly move our attention to the Swadhisthana chakra, which is here at the level of the waist, around each hip bone. Keeping our hands down towards the water or towards the Mother Earth. Mother, please cleanse our Swadhisthana chakra. All the imbalances, all the conditionings, any false knowledge, please absorb into the foot soak. And now let's bring our attention to the Nabi, or the void area of the stomach, our guru principle. We can ask Mother to please cleanse and clear all the imbalances in our Nabi and void area. Please establish that guru principle within. In Sahaja Yoga, we are our own guru. So we can say inside, I am my own guru. I am my own guide. And when we're ready, we can bring both hands back to the lap. And let's just raise our Kundalini with our right hand a couple of times up to Sahasrara. And then just bring our attention up. See if we can feel that cool breeze above our Sahasrara. And we can do that a couple more times. And we can, with all our sincerity, whatever brought us here tonight and has kept us coming, let's find that place within us, whether that's in our heart or wherever we feel that inside, and say, Mother, I have this real desire to grow. I really want to experience this state of thoughtless awareness. Find that place that it's like a hunger, right? That a lot of us Sahaja Yogis experience inside. And let that, even if it's a small little gnawing of hunger, let it grow and put attention on it. I really want to grow. I really want to experience everything that Sahaja Yoga has to offer. And follow our attention up with our hand like this. Just follow our hand. And once our attention's up here, then we can slowly bring the right hand back to our lap. And feel that attention above our heads. Feel the cool breeze on our hands now. We can just do 3 times, just crossing our hands over our head and then swipe our knees into the foot soak just for a final little last clearing. 2, and then 3. Shake out our hands. Check your vibrations. And then when we're ready, we can rinse off our feet and set the foot soak bucket aside. So we'll give everybody a minute to do that. Once you rinse your feet, you can just give the water a little bondan just to sort of seal the deal and push your foot soak bucket aside. So we'll give everybody a minute or so to do that. Try not to spill my bucket. Okay, success. So we'll give another 30 seconds or so, and then we'll start the meditation. I want to mention too, while we're getting prepared and losing our foot soak water and getting ready for this meditation, when I started foot soaking, I had a lot of experiences that I really didn't know quite what was happening to me. And I was really grateful to have this woman, Karishma, who lived close by to me, to ask her some questions because I'm, as you know, addictions counselor. And what brought me to that field was because I have my own past addiction. So I'm 21 years now in recovery from that. And when I found Sahaja Yoga, it was about 7 years ago. So I had 15 years clean. I could do the math wrong. I'm terrible at math. But when I started foot soaking, I remember I started having a lot of wild dreams from my past initially. And I was not sure, is this right? Is this, okay, what's happening to me? And should I stop? So I remember asking her, what is this that's happening? And she explained to me that it's a clearing. So my left side, which held all my past and all the sort of self-destructive things that I had done, despite the fact of being in recovery and free from drugs and alcohol for that many years, what happens is, somebody described it like shrapnel, pieces of shrapnel that get stuck in our chakras from stuff that's happened to us or we've done in the past. So it was almost like shedding of all this stuff from my past. And so the funny dreams of my past lasted about 9 days. And one night I did take a break from foot soaking because I just wanted a steady night's sleep without the dreams. But after approximately 9 days, I remember that stopped. So if anybody's having these types of experiences, you're not alone, and don't feel funny about asking questions about, hey, this is happening to me. Is this okay? Because the beauty, it's very joyful and it's very exciting and fun and it's an adventure. But sometimes we're like, I had no idea, what was this that was happening. So I just wanted to add that in. And what I did during that time was keep a journal. So I could really see the changes that were happening inside of me, the way I felt, and just these really cool experiences that were happening day to day, and changes that happened when I wasn't even in meditation, when I was out and about. So hopefully, if you identify with that and you'd like to chat about that at another time, by all means, we can do do so. But bottom line is we're here to meditate today. So tonight we're going to discuss the qualities or the nerve endings of each of these chakras are actually on the tips of all our fingers. So I know you guys have seen some images of the hands with the numbers or the colors related to the different chakras. So all these nerve plexuses or chakras in our subtle system have a nerve ending on each of our fingers. And this chart is so beautiful, and we want to give props to Mark for putting it together because it's really nice. So this is our hands and how we look at them. So we're looking at the palms of our hands in this image. And as you can see, each chakra is located in different parts of our hands. And this is how we start to sort of decode what's going on within us, right? So as I sit for meditation, and this is the one thing that really blew me away. I know I said I meditated every day since my first experience, but what really was surprising to me is I was having a lot of stomach issues when I very first started Sahaja Yoga. And I didn't necessarily feel the cool breeze right away, but I did feel this sort of stiffness and almost an ache in my two middle fingers that are identified on the number 3 in green. So the stomach issues I was having was causing a lot of anxiety, and that's what actually got me to start seeking out some type of meditation, because I knew innately that was the answer. When after meditation, they asked us to check our hands and see what we felt. And I said, oh, I'm feeling like a pain or an ache in these two middle fingers. And I said, what does that mean? And the woman Karishma said, that's your nabi or your void. And I was like, no way. So when that happened, that was something that really reinforced that there's something to this. So those little miraculous things that just kind of like blow our mind at the moment, those are the things that really kept it, sealed the deal. So right now, let's collectively check, and we want to see, let's just ask, what am I feeling collectively? What am I feeling is, maybe some type of obstruction or anything that's sort of an obstacle on my hands. So let's just sit for a minute quietly. Can close our eyes. And let's first put our attention on Sahasrara. And then bring our attention to our hands. And we can say, Mother, please allow me to feel whatever the collective obstacle is. So we've learned in the past few meditations about putting our hands on certain centers to clear them. So tonight we're going to actually learn a technique that we also call a bandhan, which is interesting. So this bandhan is a clockwise circle around specific chakras that we use to help clear them. So it's as if the clock is facing outward. And so let's try a bandhan on certain chakras. Interestingly enough, I am feeling the two nabi fingers, the two middle fingers here. And also sometimes if you're not, quite sure whether it's yours or it's collective, either way, you spot it, you got it. So give it it's if we feel it, it's ours to work out, right? So that I love that little line because it makes me a little bit responsible to take care of it, right? So a big one that I'm feeling pretty strong here is this left knobby finger, right? So this is our left knobby right here. It's part of our guru principle, but it also is a quality of the householder. So let's start taking a bandhan, just using our right hand around the center. And one thing I know about America, because growing up here, we don't tend to honor the quality of a housewife or householder. We think that's not a real job. So what I learned in Sahaja Yoga is that's the most important job. We're literally keeping our families alive. We're feeding our children. We're feeding our husbands or wives, right? So that quality gets neglected here, and we feel like we, especially as women, need to compete with the men, right? And it's so unnecessary because we're built differently for a purpose, right? And that nurturing quality of the what we call the Gruha Lakshmi, right? This generous, loving mother quality that makes people want to come to our homes and feel comfortable. So we can ask, Mother, please give us the qualities of the householder. And if we feel a little heat coming out, we can always just sort of discard it into the Mother Earth. And then just open our hands back in our lap. Let's work a little on this left Swadhisthana chakra, the left side of our waist. We'll give a bandhan. Some people like to just do it 7 times or do it till you start to feel it clear. This is the center of our pure knowledge. So if we've ever absorbed any false knowledge, I talked about drugs and alcohol, that can really affect our left Swadhisthana chakra, false beliefs about ourselves, false beliefs in general. So Mother, please give us the pure knowledge. Please remove any negativities or imbalances in the left Swadhisthana. And then bring our hands back to our lap. Let's go to the central Vishuddhi chakra, the center of our communication. Shri Mataji, please help us cleanse and clear all the negativities or imbalances of the Vishuddhi chakra. Please take all the heat, all the tensions. We call America actually the Vishuddhi of the world. So each country actually has its country's chakra, just like we have state flowers. We have chakras that relate to different countries, and we're actually the Vishuddhi. Mother, please cleanse and clear all the imbalances from our Vishuddhi. Give us the quality of clean and clear communication, and help us practice the witness state, which means we witness ourselves and the play or the drama that happens around us without reaction. Sit for a minute. Let's raise our energies up a little bit, help move this past the Agya chakra and back to our Sahasrara. Let's take a moment to give a bandhan to our Hamsa chakra at the bridge of our nose. You might not have heard of that one yet. That one gives us the qualities of discretion, knowing exactly what's right and wrong for our benevolence. Please give us the divine discretion. We can move to the Agya. Mother, please give us the quality of forgiveness, the power of forgiveness, and help us pass through the Agya chakra. And we can even give a little bandhan to our Sahasrara. Mother, please open out our Sahasraras. And again, let's raise our energies a little bit up to Sahasrara. Bring our attention up here. And let's just put on Shri Mataji's photo for a moment and sit in the silence. Let's once more slowly raise our Kundalini with our right hand. Make sure our attention is locked in Sahasrara. And let's ask Mother, please give us the awareness of where my attention goes always. As we proceed, we're going to listen to a talk of Shri Mataji's, and let's practice this quality of listening through our Sahasrara. It sounds funny, but when we do that, we don't react and we actually absorb the vibrations of the talk. So now we will move to listen to Shri Mataji's talk, followed by the Native American Navajo flute and some vocals by Sia, which I will say is quite a treat. When we practiced earlier today, the vibrations and the emotions that I felt listening to her were just, I can't even put into words. So I'm really looking forward to this. Enjoy.
So everything, the timing, everything has to be worked out according to the need of the spirit and not need of the gross. When that happens, you move smoothly and understandingly the whole pattern of the divine, how it works out. And that is how you understand the dynamism of time. Because you live in the present, not in the future or in the past. Actually, the past doesn't exist and future has not come. We don't know what future is. To come in the present, you have to be the spirit. And when you are in the spirit, then you realize that this present is the reality. The rest is a myth. When the Kundalini rises, she passes attention into an area or she penetrates into an area where there is silence. Because a thought rises and falls off. Another thought rises and falls off. In between these two thoughts, this area exists of the present. Now, but if I say you stop at this point to be at this point, you cannot. Your mind is jumping either on the past or on the future. But the Kundalini is the only thing that stops at present moment so that you don't consider the past and the future, but you enjoy the present, the complete dynamism of the present, and you are effective. You are dynamic. You can do 1,001 things which normally you cannot do, and you are surprised how it works out. The divine has its own plans, has its own understanding, and we cannot make the divine to work as we want. We have to accept whatever the divine does and manages, and then we see the miracles of the divine and we are surprised how efficient it is, how beautiful it is. Like a machine, we feel the efficiency of the divine, but above all, we feel the compassion, the love, the understanding of the divine. But first, we must rise up to that. And for that, one has to grow in the awareness of the Spirit. If we cannot develop the awareness of the Spirit, we lose that magnitude which we have to achieve. So, what is to be respected is the Spirit after realization, because it gives you the truth. To understand the truth, you have to be the Spirit. Otherwise, whatever you understand is falsehood, is not the truth. Because of your mental projection, you think that that is the truth is not so. For example, now, if I am sitting on this chair, you won't know any time that I ever sat on this chair. But supposing there's a realized soul who comes round, immediately he will know that there was someone like me. For example, I say that Mozart was a realized soul. How do I know? He's dead now. Because you can feel it on vibrations that he was a realized soul. I say Abraham Lincoln was a realized soul. Not because the way he lived or what he did, that was just an expression or was the symptom of his greatness. But because when you think of him, you get cool breeze in your hand. Tremendously cool breeze, soothing, which crawls over you. Oh, that's Abraham Lincoln. We do not know where we spend our time, what people are important to us till we are the Spirit. We waste our time catering to something absolutely useless. And then suddenly we discover, oh God, what a waste of time. What a waste of energy. What a waste of money. This man was a cheat. He cheated me. This work was all falsehood. Why did I waste my time there? After realization, you become the absolute. There is no relative value. You do not judge anything relatively. You just know what is absolute. And once you know the absolute, you are cocksure about it. There's no wavering. Thus you become an extremely powerful person and you know the truth about everything. Now the truth is very simple, that you are the Spirit and you are not this body, you are not this mind, and you are not this ego or your conditioning, but you are the free spirit. That's the truth is. But it is not just a mental truth, but is actually so and has to be actualized. The third thing that happens to you, apart from your awareness becoming the truth, the complete knowledge, you become the source of joy. Not that you only receive the joy, but you become the source of joy, the source of bliss, and the source of peace.
Amazing. There are no words to describe this state that we are all in. Let's continue to meditate and go further deep down within ourselves. In our heart, the source of our spirit, the spirit itself. Let's humble down to our own spirit by keeping our right hand on our heart, on our physical heart, and expressing our love, our gratitude for our own spirit, which is the source of joy, source of this love, which is flowing between all of us. Oh Mother, please take our attention further deep inside, deepest of deepest, the core of our heart, and make me one with that source of love that binds this entire universe. And slowly bring back our hand. This wonderful flute by Sia. It has bind us all together one in complete thoughtlessness. We are one together where there are no thoughts, no worries, and we are just enjoying our own self. If there are still some thoughts bothering, we can slowly open our eyes for a while. Look at Shri Mataji's red dot on her forehead and say, not this. This is the time for me to meditate. This is the time for me to be one with my own self. From the core of our heart, let's pray again to our Mother Kundalini. Oh Mother, we are thankful for you, for giving us this joy, for making our connection to this source of love. Please rise within us all and open our sahasraras completely. Oh Mother, verily, this is the source of peace within me. Let it manifest, let it express itself. keeping our attention on the top of our head. Slowly observe what you feel on your hands, on your left hand, on your right hand. Slowly move your attention on your hands, on the center palm, on the palm of your hand, on the left. Then again bring back it to the top of your head. Then on the right palm of your hand. Then again on the top of your head, on the Sahasrara. Let's express ourselves with complete sincerity to this power, to this grace, to cleanse ourselves completely to the innermost core of our being. This is the absolute truth which Shri Mataji was talking about, that's flowing on our hands, on the top of our head. These vibrations. This is the knowledge of all the truth. And we can ask these vibrations. So we can raise both our hands at the level of our heart and just ask this question inside. Mother, please show me the state of my chakras on my hands. Just note down what you feel. You don't have to react on what you're feeling. It's a communication between us, between ourselves and our own Mother Kundalini. Like how a mother corrects her child is the same thing. We're just asking our mother to show us where we are, what do we lack, what is our state. Again, humbly ask this question inside. Mother, please show me the state of my chakras on my hands. Next, we can ask again. Mother, please show me the state of the collectivity's chakras. The state of collectivity. Collectivity meaning all the people here as one collective being. What is that state on my hands? We don't have to feel guilty if we don't feel anything. We are one there in complete joy and bliss. So to reinforce what Michelle has alluded before, I'm just feeling a little bit of left Vishuddhi. So to again practice that exercise of cleansing with our hands, we'll make a clockwise rotation with our right hand on the left side here. Clockwise meaning down, left, then right, then up. And here with just simple prayer and complete confidence, affirming that I am not guilty. I am a pure spirit and I am not guilty at all. I do not condemn myself. This divine love is the ocean of forgiveness, ocean of complete bliss, and there is nothing which cannot be forgiven. Please remove all my guilt. As you do it, again note on your hand what you feel on your left index finger. This is the center of Vishuddhi. Mother, I am not guilty at all. I do not condemn myself. Sometimes you can rub that finger, that again take attention back on our Sahasrara. We can use our right hand to again raise our Kundalini back to Sahasrara, keeping our attention on our hand as we raise it along our central channel and on different centers on the central channel. We can do it 3 times. O Mother, please rise along my central channel. Please rise along my central path. We can put our attention on the top of our head. We can raise our right hand slightly above our head in that gap and try to find a spot where you feel those vibrations. If you're feeling any hot or any warmth, you can just say, I forgive everyone. I forgive myself. Same we can do with our left hand, right hand on our lap, left hand on the top of our head. With slight movement, find that spot again. And keep your attention there. Slowly bring back our hand. We'll thank our Kundalini, our own mother, for raising us higher, much higher than we could have imagined. So with that complete gratitude in our heart, let's thank our own Kundalini for being so patient, so loving, so generous. Can slowly open our eyes. And now again, as an experiment, just see what you feel on your hands. I'm totally engulfed in vibrations today. It's so amazing. I don't have any words to express. As a next note, what we have planned today is we'll do a little experiment where Michelle will tell us how we can see others' chakras and how we can help. And let's see how it goes from there. Over to you, Michelle.
Prateek, I think you already took care of us. So amazing. Yeah. I just think that, it's so amazing, the vibrational awareness that other fellow yogis have, and something I didn't even have the awareness of. Prateek was able to feel exactly what was happening. And I hope you guys had the same experience when we were clearing this left Vishuddhi, that the vibrations just started flowing so strong. And it's really enjoyable. So I don't know. Where should we go from here?
After listening to Sia's flute, I was in what else?
So it's quite strong right now, and I think that's awesome. The only thing I felt a little bit of back agya at one point. So this is the back of our head here, which is a little bit tricky to give a bandhan to, because we're actually want the bandhan. I'm going to really confuse everybody. We want the bandhan to like the clock to be facing outwards. So we're kind of actually going around right, left, down, top, around the back of our head, and just clearing it like that. Maybe an easier one, which we learned last night, was the Hum Ksham mantra. So why don't we actually just take both hands? We can even put on the sides of our heads like this. And we can use the mantra Hum Ksham, which Sylvia taught us last night, to help us go beyond the agya. And we'll say it 3 times together. Hum Ksham, Hum Ksham, Hum Ksham. And let's slowly bring our hands back down. And we can just sit in the silence. And when we're ready, we can just slowly open our eyes. And I'll just mention sort of the last piece on our tonight's agenda, even though I really don't want to talk anymore, but I'm going to give it to you. We have the ability in Sahaja Yoga to check each other's vibrations. So when we're practicing Sahaja Yoga, we can, somebody explained it to me once, like, I might have the key to unlock something in Prateek that, like, so basically I might have one strength where he has the challenge, and vice versa. I might have some challenge where his area is much stronger. So this is such an awesome experience, with really feeling at one with our yogi brothers and sisters, where we can really help each other out. So we all have strengths and challenges because of our, our makeup, our physical makeup, emotional, mental. So we can ask, and just Shri Mataji or Mother Kundalini, please allow me to feel the state of Prateek's chakras. And as we found out earlier, Prateek is very cool. So if, let's say, I felt something, right? If I felt some type of one area, I would ask him, I would say, I'm feeling, you know, this left fasciuti, let's say, and I would say, what are you feeling? And he would be able to tell me, yeah, I'm feeling that too, or maybe he's feeling something different. And then what we do, and it's really hard to demonstrate visually because of the cameras and the angles, but typically women would work on women and men would work on men, but we would have somebody sitting in front of me. So let's say Prateek was sitting in front of me and I would actually sit behind him and give bandhans to his left fasciuti. And that's how we can work on each other. And vibrationally, it feels incredible when we do this with each other. We really get to feel some things moving through that maybe we can't do alone. So the experience of working on each other, I found, is really important. Sometimes we don't do it enough in Sahaja Yoga, but because of that concept where I might have some deficit where Prateek might have that strength, we really need each other. And that's where we really feel at one, like as if we're, you know, just fingers on our hand, like Prateek's here and I'm here. So like, why would I, you know, neglect anything from somebody else? So that's a really beautiful experience that we can have as we go deeper and learn a little bit more about our own state and then start to help others in their state. So maybe Prateek, you want to lead us in like a final little meditation before we close?
Yeah. So again, let's slowly close our eyes. And just put our right hand on our forehead. And here we can press the temples like we have a headache or something. And try to see that loosens the nerves here and we feel more. It relaxes this center, the sixth center. And just say, express the complete forgiveness without thinking about anyone or any situation. Just express the forgiveness to our own Mother Kundalini. Mother, I forgive everyone. I forgive myself. Please take me beyond this center. Please open up this Agya chakra completely. Slowly, we can put this hand on the back of our head. And here, just for our own sake, we can ask for forgiveness from the divine, from our own spirit, without feeling guilty. A divine power. If we have done anything wrong, knowingly or unknowingly, against our own spirit, please forgive us. So the final step, we can again go to our Sahasrara, massage our Sahasrara nicely. And here request Shri Mataji, please establish us in our self-realization. Please help us to grow deeper in our self-realization. Please take us all into that realm of thoughtlessness. Slowly we can bring back our hand. And with the vibrations that are flowing in our hands, we can again raise our Kundalini and put ourselves into Bandhan. So left hand in front of our central channel, right hand revolving around the hand, keeping our attention as we move our hands slowly. Tie one knot. Slowly raising our attention along with our hands on all the centers on our center path. 2 knots. Third time. 3 knots. Now we'll give ourselves protection for each center, making an arc around ourselves. Muladhar, Swadhisthana, Nabhi and void, Anahat or heart, Vishuddhi or the throat chakra, Agya and Sahasrar.
That's beautiful. Beautiful meditation. Thank you so much, Michelle, and thank you so much, Prateek. And thank you, Sia, for the beautiful musical offering today. So we learned quite a few things today, isn't it? Very, very important how to cleanse our chakras by just using our hand, our right hand. And that's so amazing because, you know, you can do it anytime. You don't need anything. You don't need a foot soak. You don't need candles. You can do it anytime. And then we also learned that we can also clear the centers of other people. That's really beautiful. And so there is so much to learn actually, and there's so much to go deep into. And we are all going to do this in the intermediate course, which is coming up next. I just wanted to take you all real quick through the resources we have, just because we don't want you, you know, to be confused, and we want to make sure that you feel comfortable, you know, navigating the website. So we're going to really quick open the website for you. And so as you scroll down, you will see that all the resources of all the days are there. You can go to see here all the resources, and here are the handouts. And also, if you haven't yet set a meditation place for yourself, you can do that by downloading any photograph of Shri Mataji. You've got here 4 options of different sizes. So you can just download it and print it out and frame it and just set up your meditation place. And if you go up a little bit, if you scroll up a little bit, you're going to see all the resources by day. So it's 21 days of this first course, which are divided into 3 sessions. And for example, today is day 19, but if you want to check what we did yesterday, you would go to session 3 and you would open up day 18. And here you can see the whole video of the session. Absolutely, you know, everything we did. So in case you miss out sessions, this is how you can catch up with everything. And also don't forget to join our WhatsApp group if you haven't done it yet. This is going to be especially hopeful, you know, helpful during the 4 days break. As you know, you can get in touch with us there anytime and ask us any questions or ask for any assistance. And tomorrow we are going to go even deeper into our thoughtless awareness, because this is the new awareness, the new dimension of our awareness that we develop when we meditate. So we are going to learn how we can sustain this new awareness in our daily life. And as you know, we are going to start the new intermediate course on the 2nd of April for 21 days again. Is going to be really, plenty of learning, I would say, and plenty of growing as well within ourselves. So make sure you do join us for the next session as well. And also for those of you who speak Spanish, let us know about it, and we will make sure that you get the assistance you need. You can write to us in the chat. All right, so we are going to start the feedback session right now, and I always like to say that it's not simply interacting or socializing. Not at all. It's much beyond that. It's actually a new part of the program in which we get the chance to spread vibrations and to exchange vibrations, and that's the beauty of it, and that's how we learn and we grow together, isn't it? And I'm going to invite the Liz for today and Sia as well. So, all right. So we are warmly inviting all of you to, share your experience. It's really a wonderful occasion because, this is day 19 basically, and you have the chance to, look behind and think of how you were and what your state was before you started the session with us, right? So it's been 9 days of meditation, of collectively meditating every evening, right? With this small, beautiful family of ours. And it would be really lovely if you take the chance to simply share your experience with us. And, it's also a process which we use in Sahaja Yoga and which is very helpful in our spiritual growth is introspection. So introspection is when we look within ourselves and we look with that critical eye, and then we realize where we need to grow and what we need to improve. And also we do realize, how much we have grown from one day to another, or from 1 week to another. In this case, from before starting the sessions with us to today, day 19. So it would be really, really lovely to hear from all of you. Right now.
And before we actually start the session, just quick, because we are approaching the end of this program, and there will be 4 or 5 days of gap where we won't be doing together, but it's very important for all of us, especially at home, how to meditate, and I'm sure that must be the question for everyone. So before we go deep, before we start our questionnaire, just wanted to let you know very briefly how we can meditate or how the day starts. So usually for me, when I get up in the morning, I have a place like this where I have set up Shmaja's picture and the altar is there. And I mean, in front of that, I just go in the morning time, especially it's very silent. There are no worries, or you're already refreshed. So you just raise your kundalini and experience that silence within. And when you experience it, you will know, you will absorb more. So it's more like the morning time is the time of retention. You retain that power within, and then that becomes like your energy source for the entire day. And then in the evening time, like how we have been doing, we are doing foot soak, sometimes we do candling, other treatments. So depending on what your state is, again, you see in the evening what's needed, and sometimes even balancing, or as Kalawati said, you can just work with your hands, because now your hands also have vibrations, so you can cleanse yourself and then go into meditation. So it's very important, and I would not force on it, but it's to be at to continue this beautiful journey, and to again go further deep after when we join back for the intermediate session. I would really encourage everyone to take some time out for our own selves at home, meditate in the morning, and then do foot soak in the evening.
Thank you so much, Prateek. Yes, that's a very important point you made, isn't it? It's going to be 4 days of individual meditation at home. And I would also suggest you all to take up Michelle's challenge, isn't it? She mentioned a journal. So, what you can do is when you meditate at home, you can write down what you feel in your meditations, what your experiences are, or what you feel on your palms, and as you grow into your own being, day by day you will feel a difference, and so after 1 year or so, when you're going to look back into your journal, you're going to be like, wow, that has been quite a lot of progress. So that's a nice it's a very good idea to do that, actually. So a daily meditation at home and the journal would be just great before we meet again for the next session for the intermediate course. All right, I can see Jay here. He just raised his hand. Hi, Jay. Good evening. You need to unmute. We can't hear you. You just have to unmute. You're muted right now. Yeah, you're muted again.
Okay.
All right, we can hear you now. How are you doing?
Thank you. Very good. Yourself?
Good, I'm very well, thank you.
Good, good. Another beautiful session tonight. Just to answer your question about the experience, I've been every single day. I can't do it right in the morning because I have 50 things to do, unfortunately. So my right side is definitely getting a workout. But as soon as I do, it's around 9 o'clock, and I do my meditation by myself, and it's very serene. It's very beautiful at that point. Funny enough, I couldn't get on Zoom. My computer, I had to borrow a laptop tonight because I noticed. Yeah, I've been on YouTube for the last little while, and it's so funny because it's such a slight little bit of lag between the YouTube live and this.
Yeah.
But it really makes a difference. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's in my head. I don't know. But tonight is just everything came back. I was like, oh, there it is. It's so funny because when I do it by myself, it's great, and when I'm with everyone, it's beautiful. I love it when everyone's here. I'm going to miss you guys for 4 days. But on
we'll be
YouTube,
back.
Yeah, I know, and I'll be here too as well. And I just thought it was so funny because it's and I didn't even really think of the lag or anything, but I guess it threw it off that much. I don't know. Who knows, right? But it did make a difference. It's something when you connect with Zoom and you're doing it with everyone. We really do have that conscious energy all together, and it's not like I didn't feel anything on YouTube, but as soon as I got Zoom back, like I didn't even have to try, just out of my head. Prateek said, "Do you feel it in your finger?" Absolutely. It was so amazing. And then to top it all off, Sia, am I saying that correctly? Beautiful. Can I buy your music? Can I download it? Can you sing us another song, please?
I can put some link to my channel if you want, but I'm very unorganized.
Thank you.
I haven't really.
Can I help you with that?
Yeah, sure.
That's amazing.
Please, the world needs to hear that. Tears came to my eyes. You are beautiful.
You're
Thank you.
so sweet.
Thank you. That's all I had to say. Thank you, everyone. Another amazing session.
Thank you, Jay, for your beautiful feedback.
Thank you. Namaste.
All right, let's go ahead. Hello, Dan. Good evening. We can't hear you. Dan, you need to unmute. We're still not able to hear you. You just have to unmute. I can see you're muted right now.
Okay, does it work?
Oh, yeah,
It said,
go ahead.
It said the host was not allowing me to unmute myself. So
I see. I got it. All right,
I was
the
like,
tech team will definitely take care of it.
something in there, but I was trying, it wasn't allowing me to. But first off, I want to thank all of the leads this entire time. It's been very great. I've been with the
Dan, sorry, if you could speak a little bit louder. We're not able to hear you that much. We just don't want to miss on what you want to share.
No, how's this? This is probably better now.
Perfect.
Okay. It was going through the laptop mic, not the webcam mic. So, all right. But I wanted to thank all of the leads. I've been here since the beginning. And you've all been great. For all of you that are not on camera, that are still listening in the background as well, thank you. Michelle, one of the things I wanted to thank you for kind of giving a little bit of your backstory tonight. Personally, I've gone through that struggle. I've basically for the last 3 years, I've kind of been sober and began my sort of spiritual awakening. But I honestly, until I found this group, I've kind of been lost out there at sea. Doing a lot of reading, a lot of listening, a lot of different ways, but I just hadn't felt grounded until I think I was talking to Mark the other night, and I just did a Google search, for spiritual awakening groups in Denver, and then this popped up on an Eventbrite page, and it's definitely, I think, giving me some more kind of pinpoint focus and kind of direction, because I knew that there was definitely something that I was looking for, and I just didn't know what it was. Basically, for decades I struggled with, for lack of a better word, with addiction as well. And, it took a lot of courage to walk away from that. And it's, something like this definitely helps me maintain that focus. And, like I said, I appreciate, everyone that's been a part of this. And I'm so grateful that I found this, and definitely looking forward, to the next sessions as well. But thank you all.
Thank you, Dan. All right.
Sharing that again.
Okay. So I can see Peter here. It's been a while, Peter. How are you doing? You need to unmute as well. I don't know if you're able to do that. Maybe the tech team can look into what's going on. Okay, so apparently there is a challenge. The participants are not able to unmute.
No, he can unmute. We have given
Yeah,
him.
I think you. Are you able to unmute, Peter? I think your camera is off right now.
Unmute.
Yeah,
No.
great. Hi there, how are you doing? Peter?
Muted again.
Yeah, you're muted again.
Why?
No, we can hear you. Poor Peter.
This is where our patience comes in.
I'm gonna go out and come back in.
We can hear you.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you. Oh no. Okay, let's go ahead with Victoria. Hello, Victoria.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Wow, yay. I just have to start with thanks for everybody for this whole process and the care and all the music. And Sia, the music tonight, honestly, Yes, please make it something available. Your fusion was magnificent of these elements. And I think the music all along has been a tremendous accelerator of my experience. So thank you for that care. My biggest progress, I already had a huge open heart. And I felt that when I had tried meditation practices before, I always could feel the opening in my heart and the magnificent connection with the source of love, and felt very moved. But I could never get to a place where I could get to the thoughtless state. And I love that this Sahaja Yoga meditation practice is so embodied. For me, I'm a more kinesthetic learner anyway. And the fact that I can understand Mother Kundalini as an intimate presence inside my body is so moving to me. And the fact that I get to feel her teaching me through my fingers, and actually I feel a lot through my head and sometimes through my whole body, more so than my fingers. And that was revelatory for me to learn last night, that it can express in all these ways, not just the fingers. But tonight I did feel the shooting in my left, which was a breakthrough for me. When Prateek was saying that, I was like, yeah. It was very subtle. But I love that it's a way, it's very active. I soak my feet. I feel connected to the water. I'm talking to Mother. I'm talking in a way that is moving through my body. It's very active. It's not mental. It's embodied. It's very connected to my whole sense of my self-love and my love for creation. And see it tonight in your music, I found myself just exploding with this feeling of, I'm so glad to be alive. I'm just so glad to be alive. And so it's a very rich and full embodied practice. It's not a mental one. It's not a sense of having to overcome anything in the sense of trying to hush the mind or stop the thoughts, or, it's just beautiful. And I had a question. Is there a ring? I felt some tingling. First, it was on my right hand at the 8, if we had a clock there, like 8 o'clock, I guess it is. And then 10 o'clock, it ended up at 10 o'clock. Is there a ring there that means anything?
Oh, that's a nice question. Let's see. Prateek, would you like to answer this?
Yeah. So you're showing your right hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there are multiple things, and you can decode it now. The way you're expressing, you have grown a lot. I mean, I have never seen any person coming just for 10, 19 days and expressing so much. So that's like your own learning has been so tremendous. I appreciate it really. Mm-hmm. And to answer your question, this area is the void, like the center of the void around. So this area it like decodes to that part of our body. And sometimes what happens is on the right side also, I don't know if it's a deeper subject, but I would just like to share it with you because you have a deeper understanding and might relate it more. So sometimes on the right side, this side, you feel the center of your father also. So that's also one of the aspect of it. But if you're feeling it more on the circular side, it's more connected to the void on the right side, which is and there can be multiple reasons. If you're not feeling cool, then there's some correction that needs to be done. So you can treatment wise, like you can use ice, or you can use those elements, but also just a prayer to Mother Kundalini that you are my master. Like on the left side, we say that I am my own master, But in Sahaja Yoga, it's a very balanced path. Sometimes we go to the left, to the right, and then there's a correction that keeps us in between. So on the right, you always express your gratitude, your humility to that power. So you can say, you are my master. You teach me everything for the right point.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Beautiful explanation, Prateek. Thank you.
Father, you said father this area.
Yeah, sometimes on this entire thing, it denotes your the center of your father, physical father.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
All
Thank you
right.
for everyone.
I'd like to add one thing. I remember you from, the first few nights until now, and your face is getting younger and younger every time you come on here. I'm like, look at her. It's really amazing. And they do say that Sahaja Yoga takes 10 years off you. So.
Oh, that's good, because the last 2 years have put 20 years on me.
Got you covered.
This is
It
good.
was really amazing hearing you out, and we feel like, we don't feel that we are old, you are new. It's just amazing how many of you are expressing, and really want to express my heart out to everyone out there. It's amazing learning, all of you. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it's
know, I just wanted to say one thing. Our spirit has no age. We all have the same spirit among all of us, right?
Yes.
that's very good. That's very true. Is this Beena, if I'm not wrong?
Yes. Yes.
Good. Yeah. Thank you for adding that. That's true.
Thank you for coming here again. It's wonderful.
All right. So yeah, that's a very good point, isn't it? If we are the spirit, we are truly
No age.
eternal.
We are always young, full of life, pure, innocent.
Absolutely. But we get so many messages of thanks, for the little humble work that we are doing, which gives us really so much, actually. But what I feel is that we are receiving so much from the seekers, the time has come. After a few sessions, we started receiving from all of you, because it's truly amazing to see you grow so much and in such a short time, Seriously, I didn't have an intensive course to attend in the beginning, so it took me quite some time. So it's really amazing to see all of you growing, and
So your powerful energies, all the experienced yogis which came for 21 days, so they have invoked everything in us. So that's why we learned very fast forward, It went fast forward because we were surrounded by very conducive environment.
I understand. That's true. That's true. But it's really good
Because
to,
you guys are so experienced, so you are so ready to give to us.
True. Thank you very much, Beena ji. There is a little announcement I want to make again, and I really apologize. It's my mistake. So the break we are going to take between the beginner course and the intermediate course is not going to be of 4 days. It's going to be of 7 days. So it's going to be 7 days of individual practice at home. That's going to be even more fun. So we are going to start the course on April the 2nd, and this Saturday, which is March 26th, we are going to have a workshop. After that, we'll have a break for the whole week, and we'll meet again next Saturday on April the 2nd. So just wanted to rectify that. Okay, Peter, you're back with us. Hello.
Hello, thank you very much. I got here late today. I'm sorry about that. I had other things I had to take care of. I'm involved in a 12-step program, and this guy I'm helping to get sober or stay sober, I had to go to a meeting with him. So I had other things before I met you guys, but I've been on a spiritual journey for a long time now. That music, I've liked music, but that did something to me. I have not, since we've been doing this, the music you guys have played has been hard for me to deal with. It has not touched my soul. What this woman did today was amazing. It was like listening to an angel. It was the craziest experience. I would buy any album this lady has. It really shook me up inside. And I was like, wow, I got to hear that again. I mean, never have I had that happen to me. So I can't say enough
Thank you.
about that. That was unbelievable. Seriously. I'm not just saying that.
I think with the music, we link into our heritage as well, right? And maybe because you were, a lot of music we use is Indian classical music, which for us Westerners is sometimes a little hard to approach. For me, it was very hard, even as a musician in the beginning. But the more I listened to it, the more I realized it's incredibly powerful. So I like to fuse it. I will never be an indie musician. I don't have the time left to learn it. It's very hard. But I found when we have our realization, after that, and if we do songs like maybe even in Latin like today, they can also have beautiful vibrations. That's how I feel. So it's exciting to mix and find the beauty in all the cultures. That's what I firmly believe. And the Navajo flute, I felt was always a long desire to learn, but I also feel being here in America, we want to honor the heritage of this country. And we do believe in subtlety. When we do this program, we all understand the vibrations and the subtlety. And this place and its subtlety has to be respected in its origin, where we're coming from. And I always feel when I play the native flute that when I play it, I want to honor what happened in this land, which was not very nice if you look back at the history, and make peace with it and build a bridge and make and create this love relationship to the land and to the people and amongst all of us. So that's how I feel very strongly about the Navajo flute. It's not just a nice instrument. I don't know if that makes sense for you, but that's how I felt. Maybe you felt that too, because you live here and you feel the vibrations of the land. So that's that's all I wanted to say.
No, thank you for sharing all that. Again, it touched my soul. I don't even know how else to describe it. I really was kind of shocked. I guess that's kind of a way I could say it, to emphasize what I'm talking about. That was just, it's hard to even put into words. It's hard to explain.
Her
But,
music is
Actually, a funny little
unbelievably great.
Sorry, Bina, you go ahead.
No, it is me, Pushpa.
Oh,
Your
Pushpa, yeah.
music is unbelievably great. That's all I can say. I mean, every time I hear it.
I had a little miracle today as well, because it was actually really funny, because I was thinking, okay, because after the speech, before it's my turn, I'm going to say the words. And now that was the plan. And now let's listen to the music in our Sahasrara. And there goes Michelle and says exactly the same thing. And I'm like, no, that can't be happening, because it's been a while since I've heard that very same phrase. And it was just once again proving how we're connected and deeply connected, and how we all connect to the same, universe. And here she goes saying exactly my sentence. So that's why I was quiet. maybe that was needed, me being quiet after this speech, before the music. The very same sentence. Let's listen to the music in the Sahasrara and not with our ears and our brain. That was my message. So thank you, Michelle.
Wonderful. See, collective consciousness, isn't
That's
it?
the word, collective consciousness.
Yeah, beautiful.
I was in a breakout room a couple nights ago with a guy from Austria, and he talked. I really want to get to meet him again. I don't know who he is, but he said he'd been doing this for 30 years or so.
Oh,
Herbert.
Yes, I haven't seen him again on here, but I would like to somehow get his info. He used analogies that just kind of kept popping me in the head. And one of them was like being a raindrop and how unique it is coming down from the sky. And then it winds up going into the ocean, and just, it's still its own uniqueness, but the connection. And it was like someone turned a light on in my head. And I was like, I get that. I know exactly what he just said. So anyway, I'd hope to get to talk to him.
He has a TED Talk. He has a TED Talk about it.
Okay. All right. So just a little request, because it's many of us in the meeting and we want to give everyone a chance. No, please go ahead, Peter. This is not about you. Just because we want to give everyone the chance to express themselves and to share, please raise your hand. And then we keep it organized and there is no confusion, on who's talking and what they're trying to say. All right. That would be just great. So Peter, go ahead.
Thank you. The other thing I was going to ask about is I've been feeling vibrations from my thumb on my right hand, like to the pointer finger. What does that mean? Or does it mean anything? And then also the little pinky guy is going nuts.
Yeah, why don't we request Sia to answer to this question?
So you said right thumb?
Right thumb to the pointer finger, and the little pinky guy's going, he's just like wild.
Okay. So when you say to the, what do you mean to the?
From the thumb, this one, the three fingers.
Okay, the three. Well, they're all different chakras. So we had this great slide before with the chakras. I don't know if you can bring that up again. So right Swadhisthana, usually maybe we have it a lot when we've been active in the day. It could mean multiple things. So there's always the two sides. There's knowing which chakra it is and what could be the reason. But we don't want to get too mental about what the reason is unless we want to avoid it next time. But more importantly, working it out in a thoughtless state, right? That's what we learned today, making the circles, the bandhans. So your right thumb, number 2, can you see here in yellow is the Swadhisthana. So that can maybe be a little exhausted when we are very active, when we've been thinking a lot, right? Can happen. Could be a reason. Pointer finger we worked on today as well, right? Vishuddhi, that's here. If you had to speak a lot today, maybe you just came from your friends meeting, right? Maybe there was a lot of talking. Sometimes you also carry things from other people. So you pick up things from a room, from the meeting and feel that because you're becoming more and more sensitive, right? So that it could be that. It's a speaking, collectivity. Yeah. And then the little finger that goes nuts, the right part.
What is it? Number 4.
What's he doing? Tell him to be quiet. Can give it even a little massage sometimes, you know. You can massage those fingers. You can just place your left hand on your right. Why don't we all do that? Especially for the little finger that goes nuts. So let's place our right hand on our lap and the left hand on the what we call right heart. Let's just close our eyes and go inside. Now the right heart is the center of the father or the father aspect. It could be us as a father or any sort of male ancestor. We don't have to get mental about it. So it's the father, but also at the same time, qualities like feeling responsible. So let's just put our attention on the right heart and say, Mother Kundalini, please cleanse my right heart, whatever is bothering my right heart. Remove all the obstacles. Let me not feel over-responsible. Let me understand that I'm not the doer. So let's just surrender this feeling of feeling over-responsible and running a rat race and constantly thinking we have to do stuff and organize things. Let's just take a little rest from that and say, you are the doer. Mother Kundalini, you are the doer. You work it all out. Let me be the witness. And as it is one of the 3 heart centers, we can use the breath. So you can breathe in, just hold it a little bit. Keep your attention on the right heart or in the Sahasrara, and then breathe out. And in this gap between breathing in and breathing out, we will find it easier to be thoughtless. So breathe in, hold the breath, and breathe out. And be still. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. And let's stay 1 minute in total silence. You may feel the tingling ease off a little bit. Sometimes it could take a little longer. Just remind yourself, I'm not burdening. I don't want to have a burden with responsibility. It should be a joy. And maybe later today, before you go to sleep, you put an ice pack on your liver just to give your right side a little rest. If you missed the foot soak today, you can do one more, right? I hope that helps.
Thank you. The pinky's kind of cooling off now. It's not as like nuts.
Awesome.
That worked pretty quickly.
I think sometimes when we feel responsible, we get involved. What we do at the heart level on the left when we say, I am the spirit, is basically that. I am the witness. I observe. I live, but I'm the witness. I shouldn't get completely sucked up and involved. So when you feel you're responsible for your buddies, to help them, that's a great thing, but also with a certain distance, not to get caught up in it. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
So keep doing what you're doing. This is fabulous. But take a step back inside and detach yourself and watch it rather than getting sucked in and feeling over responsible. Could be. Well, I'm just guessing. Could be.
No, that sounds very on the money.
Good.
I can tell a funny story if I can real quick.
Go ahead.
Please go ahead.
All right. Okay. I'm being recorded. Anyway, so last night, I didn't feel like I was really getting too much out of it, but I really wasn't centered. Kind of my fault a little bit. So I'm having problems with my TV and the connection, the box. So all week I've tried changing this and changing that, and I'm like, you know what? I've had it. I was frustrated. I couldn't focus. Now I got a picture of Mother Kundalini. I took off one of the website things. I was the only picture I found, so I printed it and I put her in the kitchen here. So my TV's here in the living room, and I said, well, you know what? Could you give me a hand with this? And I laughed to myself. Well, sure as nuts, I wind up resetting it, and the thing worked fine. And I thought, no. So
there you go. That's it. That's it, right?
You can't make that up.
No, you can't.
And like I said, it's a mediocre photo. You know, it's not in a little frame or nothing. She's just sitting there on the table.
Oh, wonderful.
That's
bravo.
Well, it doesn't have to be in a big frame or fancy, but she definitely helped me out last night. I can't deny it. It was definitely her.
Excellent.
That's amazing, Peter. Thank you for sharing this. I guess all of us have our own little miracles, isn't it? And yes, they are the proof that it's working.
It is definitely working. I'm excited to go on for more of this. And I know there's other people here, so I'll be quiet.
Thank you, Peter. We really appreciate your feedback. Wonderful.
Thank you, Marvin.
All right. Hello, Sonal. How are you doing? Sonal, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, how are you guys?
We're good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm not sure. This course has helped me. I've been doing the foot soak on and off. I have told this before. But I just recently lost my husband in January unexpectedly. And I'm telling you, this course and the meditation, I joined the Muladhar group in the morning also from India. And I do this in the night and do the foot soak and all that with you. It has helped me. I cannot thank you enough. And my daughter, she knows you, Kalawati.
Oh, is it?
Yes, Neha Paul.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she told me yesterday she was at the temple, yesterday or day before yesterday, when they had Shri Mataji's birthday celebration.
Mm-hmm.
So she met one another girl, Mariam or somebody. And so she said, have you met her? I said, no, but I know Kalawati. And she said, yes, she knows you.
All right, lovely.
So
Small
I'm
world.
really enjoying. I'm thankful for all of you to help me through this.
Thank you for your feedback. Yeah, it's us as practitioners for so many years, you know, we also are in awe with how this is working for us every single day, you know, and we are all very grateful.
Yes, yes, yes. I just wanted to say thank you to all of you, and I'm looking forward to do the intermediate course as well.
Wonderful. Great. Thank you so much, Sonal.
Thank you, everyone. All the lead coach like yogis are awesome. I cannot thank everybody for the music and the singing and the meditation and help to teach us like all the different techniques and all that. Yes, I was so afraid when I came back last week because I did the foot soak and everything with her there. I was with her for a month after I lost my husband, and then I was coming back and I was afraid that I will just lose over it because I'm by myself. But this course has kept me going, and it just awesome. It's just awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Hello, Marina.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. I'm very, very grateful. And wow. There were so many things I wanted to say. And as other participants go and speak, I say, oh yeah, this and this, and it's amazing. For example, with Peter, it was very funny because, well, I was feeling exactly the same fingers, and I felt so, even now it's cold, my finger, this one, and it made so much sense to me as well.
Okay.
But yeah, but yesterday, it was a very strange day. And I was visited by Shri Mataji. Well, as I feel it, because I was sleeping, and then I felt her like coming through me and like shaking me a bit, and I woke up, and all my body was like twisted and in a strange position, and I felt like not pain, but as if I was, I don't know, not in a very healthy, common way. And I had the urgent impulse to raise my energy and to connect. And it was amazing, as that was like, oh my God, yeah. Oh no, I can start my day in a different way. And this has a lot of meaning for me, as I've been having a lot of difficulties for the last years, like 2 years, to sleep well. Or I don't, I stay awake, stay awakened until, I don't know, very late at night, or sometimes I just fall asleep, you know. So it has been a thing for me. So it was very interesting to be waken up like that, and to see Shri Mataji, because I don't have her photo yet, and I don't know, I never thought she would come in that way, and I felt her. I mean, I was dreaming with her, but as the day passed by, I was so irritated after, as if I couldn't handle, as if I exploded a few times, and even my son was like, Mama, what is going on with you? And you look like those crampy old ladies that with the when he told me that. I'm a little bit ashamed of saying this, but I don't know, maybe someone had this something related, and I don't know, I don't want to feel guilty.
Don't feel guilty.
I want to go through this, and at the same time I feel that in the end, and I was meditating yesterday again with you, and in the end everything went back to its place again, as if, but it was a very, very difficult day, and I just couldn't stop my bursting. It was something very, very strong. And with things like, well, my son has a thing with his leg, and we were going to the medical place, and I don't know, someone is parking in the place where people should pass. And for example, I was on the bike with him, but if he was in the wheelchair, you know, it's a lack of conscience towards others. And I was like, oh, come on, you have to take this out of here. You can. So in a way, it was very funny at the same time, but at the same time, I was not controlling my energy. That's what I mean. And I was not like calm and as we want to achieve, no. I just wanted to share this. And
that's very honest and very sincere and very sweet of you, really, to share this with us.
No, it was almost shameful, but at the same time, I could transform it, and I don't know. I wanted to share it. And on the other side, I had some technical questions, but I think they just flew away, and I'll go and check the handouts after.
Okay.
And I wanted to say to Sia, wow, really, wow, what's amazing. And
didn't you show some interest in music in one of the last programs? You're a musician too, or you play some music?
I'm working with vocal everything. I mean, I sing, and I'm not a musician as in academic musician, but I've been searching all the time, and I love it. And I sing, and I'm into vocal experimenting, basically, like searching for the authentic voice. And I discovered that is a very therapeutical process, and very, very deep and beautiful. So I'm practicing. I'm having classes, and I'm also starting to do some classes to practice that sharing in a way. That's what it is.
Well, the singing, you use your body as an instrument, and that is the most immediate to our soul. So it's very delicate too, because however I feel, nervous, angry, whatever, it also resonates. I mean, you can always kind of through the instrument, you can hide that. Yes. But with the voice, you can't. So,
but the beautiful thing about this work is that with the vocal work, as I am going through it, is that you use it. I mean, if something goes like, and you have a break in your voice, then you go and you go with it, and you
exactly.
go, oh, I have a great voice, and you change it,
and it reflects on your chakras. So if you sing, there's also there's a couple of people who specialize in this. I do it a little bit, not too much, but we can try it once. Let's see about that later. But there's also songs. That's why the Indian music is very deep, because those songs sa re ga, those little syllables, they actually resonate on our chakras. So when we sing them, they cleanse the chakras. So it's almost like what you say, like singing therapy. Just going up and down the scale is going up and down the chakras. We've got 7 notes in a scale, and we've got, well, from sa to sa, and 7 chakras. So it literally goes step by step. So we can do this another time. I don't want to take too long, but DM me now on the chat. I send you my email. We can be in touch.
Yeah, great.
Right.
Thank you. Also, one more thing that is very important. It's that I have been finding my way through this process. It hasn't been, well, the meditation process for the time here and my son, it's not always very fluid or flowing, but It has been steady, which is something very new for me. It's usually, I used to have problems in that steadiness. That's another achievement. And other things around that have been like something that I was lost and I don't know what to do exactly, or what. Everything is like coming into place. And I think it's a process that goes with this. And I am so thankful.
There were 3 people in there, but it was so fantastic.
Thank you
so
all.
much, Marina. Thank you.
You're all amazing yogis and wonderful beings. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marina. Beautiful. I don't know if we actually had 1 or 2 questions, I guess, only today, and the rest of it was just beautiful experiences by the seekers. Wonderful. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I release my space.
thank you, Marina. All right, so we are going to also request Vidushi to say hello to us and turn on her camera.
Hi.
Hello, Vidushi, how are you?
I'm good. And thank you so much to everyone, Michelle, Prateek, and Sia. Amazing session. I was not feeling really well today, but I mean, I'm healed and I'm too much in good spirits. So thank you so much. And especially this Q&A is so good that, like the earlier Marina said, like it brings out so many questions and they are like answered on their own. So one thing which he said, I also want to share. I thought this was a little weird to share, but I was also visited by Shri Mataji. Once we started, it was very early when we started. I saw her face smiling at me in my dream. I usually do not remember any of my dreams. I am a very deep sleeper. So that was something which really connected with the earlier person. The question which I had, I'm a student and I take interest in philosophy. And we have been talking about thoughtless awareness, and that has taken, I've experienced it also. There are moments of thoughtlessness coming. And this I have tried to think and discuss with my friends also. And, when you learn something good, you want to share it with other people. And this has been my cute habit of sharing things with others. So I was speaking to one of my friends about thoughtless awareness, and we have been talking about, the opinion the things we were talking about, that how thoughts are sometimes seen as identity. So when Rene Descartes says, I think, therefore I am, it's a thing that resonates with a lot of people, because, when you think, you have an identity and which makes you different from another. But one thing which I've learned here is also collective consciousness. So I don't know, what does Shri Mataji says about identity? Do we have to live or have an identity to ourselves as individuals, or shall we give it away to get it dissolved in collective consciousness? What are her opinions or your opinions about it? I just wanted to ask that.
Okay, that's a very interesting question, very beautiful question. So who of our list today would like to answer to this question? I could see Michelle nodding, so would you like to take this, Michelle?
Sure. Vidushi, really nice to hear from you. Yeah, so the concept of that identity really comes from the ego, right? So I know what you're saying, because so many people have practices. I also teach, and I have students that have taken mindfulness courses and things like that. And they're like, no, it's impossible to be thoughtless. And I'm like, I'm sorry they're telling you that, I feel sad that, people aren't believing that it's possible. And I try and pass on the Sahaja Yoga, to them too, so they can experience it. But the identity, Shri Mataji talks about we say things like, I like this, or I'm this way, or I this, I that. And that's really comes from the ego. She also expresses we are unique in our own ways, right? We do have unique personalities. And I think even part of when Prateek and I were talking, the idea that some of us have strengths in certain areas and deficits in others, and that makes us very unique and dynamic in our own way. However, the identification really is something that's created in the mind, right? Does that answer the question?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead,
No,
sorry.
you go ahead. I'm just.
No, yeah, I mean, to add on to that, we do have ego and superego in us, and that's required. Like, it's not something which we have to leave and go, nothing of that sort. But Sahaja Yoga, for me, what I have learned based on my experience is the path of balance. And once you know that you are in balance, you have to like judge you. The beauty is like, you know how your thoughts are coming. So for example, if you are doing certain work in your whatever your profession is, or whatever your day-to-day activity is, if you're doing certain work, then you identify your thoughts. And then because we are the spirit, we can easily see this thought, is it coming from my ego or from my superego, and then come into balance. So I mean, to answer your question, these identities are needed to us, but those are like tools for us to correct ourselves, and to grow on them, kind of.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we cannot completely get away from them, but we should not indulge ourselves into them too much. It's sort of a balance in the center.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, that really answers me. And also one thing which I wanted to thank you all for, I mean, talking about all these things in academic sort of environment gets heated a lot. I mean, I don't know how many of you can relate. Yeah, I can see Michelle nodding. So yeah, I mean, earlier I had the experience which is I have, when you have an opinion, you want to like assert it, you want to put it forward, you want people to listen to you and see the merits of it. I used to feel a lot of agitation and come home after a long day of discussions and meetings, thinking, why was that person saying this? Can't he or she see the merits of this? Now I have seen this change in myself, where I can like very calmly put forward my case and then move away from my own position and detach myself from it, and open myself to other opinions, yet have this confidence of what I'm saying. So not in a way of like, not in the way that, what I've said is the truth, but in a way that what I have said has certain value, but that doesn't, take away the merits of other people. So that kind of capacity which I've built, I am really liking it, because that has given me space to accommodate a lot of things. So I'm really thankful, and I'm sure this has come from here. So thank you for all this. I'm taking too much of the time, but thank you so much. I mean, this means a lot to me as a student. So thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing this, Vidushi. And I would say this is a tremendous power that is slowly manifesting, isn't it? The power of a detached witness. And you are already experiencing that. This is the quality of the Vishuddhi chakra, and you are experiencing it in your life. That's really beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'd like to say something to what you said about having to be an individual. I think that's something that we are very much pushed to, right? We have to be different. We have to be outstanding. We have to be an individual. And we think this is done by the way we dress, the way we put our hair, the way we speak, all these sort of things, right? But that's actually what we do here, is to detach of the superficial way of how we think we're unique and find out that we are very different still. We're still very unique. Like the different cells in a body all have different functions, but they're all part of the body. So we are not the same. We'll never be the same, but we can still be in one collective, connected. I don't know if that makes sense. So
yeah,
the way
yeah, absolutely.
It's just too superficial. That's basically it. It's just on a superficial level, an outlook, and
overcoming the patterns or into which the society wants to put us into, or the trends which we have these days. So
And
overcoming that.
yes. And it's by no means easy, because that's what we know. That's what we live every single day, is this life. And at the same time, we should say this life is not real. So it's not easy. This is not the Matrix. But, to know this is not real and the reality is the spirit, that's what we do every single morning. And I think we cannot get there by thinking and talking. That's why we're going to meditate. So the moment we sit down, the moment we meditate and go thoughtless, the present moment, that's the reality, the present. And that's it. And it's you can't explain it, right? So we all feel it at different moments. Sometimes we don't feel it. So that's why we are here.
Thank
to
you.
all
Yeah,
try to find
makes
out.
sense. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all.
Right. Thank you to you, Vidushi. So looks like there are no more questions, and it feels like this is the right time to simply go inside and meditate again. And let's do that before we say goodbye to all of you. I'm going to request Prateek to lead a short meditation before we end today's session.
Oh, that's it.
You want to share something, Peter?
No. Usually it goes on longer. I was surprised there wasn't more questions involved.
Oh, well, sometimes it happens so because, the mind is quiet, right? And then we just want to go within. And when the silence is there and the joy is there, we already feel one with each other because we are in meditation. Then it makes sense to simply enjoy the state. But, Peter, if you have any question or anything else to share, or even this is one thing that I really wanted to have today, actually, because we always interact with the seekers, but we don't hear that much from the leads. We don't hear their own experiences. So now that Peter was like, oh, that's it, maybe I will just request one of you, Michelle, Prateek, or Sia, to share anything you feel fits in the moment right now, any experience that you had in your meditation, or even in the company of Shri Mataji, or anything like that. I'm sure that Peter and everyone else would like to listen to it.
Well, I don't know. I think everybody's from all around the country, the yogis. And where are you guys located?
Oh, okay. Right. So I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm originally from Romania. I've been practicing Sahaja Yoga meditation since I was a child. And it was really by my own choice because I simply came across it and I could feel the benefits and I felt this is it. And I've been practicing it every single day. So this is my story. How about everyone else? Prateek?
Yeah. So this very funny story for me. Like I was in my 8th grade when my sister, she started this, and I was kind of begging her to take me with her for this meditation. I don't know why. I mean, I was a small kid, but I just wanted to go with her, and she was very reluctant. No, kids cannot go. She was herself new there. But then ultimately, after 6 months, my mother, father, everyone started doing it, and I also came into Sahaja Yoga. And it's completely different how I see myself and how I see people along with me growing together, and the benefits are, I cannot say in words. It's just you are in a different dimension as you all are feeling now. So there, like, we can go for hours together talking about it. There's no end to it. But I was just wanted to share one thing, which I think it was Mariana who said about the dream, right? So I mean, it's just my own personal perception of it. But I have, like, when I came into Sahaja Yoga at that time, it was year 1998. And like after that, I was fortunate enough to visit different organization or different places where Shri Mataji came in person, but never got a chance to be very close to her or like to be like how we are now interacting each other, though we are apart, though we are distance apart, but still we have that rapport. So I didn't got ever that chance. And then but one night I had this dream where Shri Mataji came in my dream, and she was saying to me that I am your grandmother. And I was like, I was very small that time, and I took it to my heart. And I said that my family was also not much into Sahaj that time. I mean, we were all just growing, and you guys are really lucky, I'm saying, to have this course like for 21 days. It's quite a challenge otherwise. I mean, you have to be really strict and quite disciplined about it. But this is a gift, I would say. But to continue what I was saying before, like I took it to my heart, and then I've seen amazing growth in myself. I've always felt how Victoria was explaining before. This energy within us, it's something which binds everyone. It is like we feel like we see the differences in others, but this is one binding force which unites us all. I mean, it's almost 11:30 now. It's going to be 11:30, but we are still, enjoying this rapport with these vibrations. We are all together one. So, I mean, there is no other way to explain it. And there are a lot of experiences, like how you had your experience, Peter, with the photo and the TV. I also, when I said to Shri Mataji, I said, if I get 95 marks in this particular exam, I will believe in you. And that was, I think I was in 8th or 9th, and I got the same marks. And I said, okay, now I will start believing in you. So there are all these little simple stories and little simple experiences that keep us, I mean, we feel that we are part of it, something very great, something which is just beyond our own understanding. It's something which is trying to make us feel that we are part of the whole. Like how the music by Sia, it was, I mean, there are no words to express. It just united everyone. So yeah, and to just want to say one more thing to Mariana. Her dream, what I feel is it's a way of sometimes when we go into subconsciousness. So that's how I feel it. That's how I perceive it. I may be wrong, but Shri Mataji's, or that power is within you. It's trying to pull you out, and that's how it's preventing you from going further deep down. Otherwise, in that subconscious state, it's very difficult to even identify the weaknesses or the problems that we have. And I mean, that's how I understood your dream that way, and I took it like Shiva, that divine power it's just out there to help everyone in a way that we can understand.
That's beautiful, Prateek. Thank you so much. I also wanted to mention, related to dreams, because this is what has been mentioned here a few times today in the session. And it's also the way that many of us, the seekers in the beginning, when we start practicing, is the way that we, our faith strengthens. Because when we get these dreams, then we start thinking about it and we realize, yeah, there's something there. So I would like to tell you that when I started meditating, just like you, right? Of course, as I said, it was an intensive course. It took me some time, but then I also set up a meditation place for myself at home, and I used to meditate there every day as I was taught. And I had one dream that I was meditating before the photograph of Shri Mataji that I had. And in my dream, Shri Mataji came out of the photograph, So that told me it's actually very real. It's actually the reality. And later on, I heard in one of the talks of Shri Mataji that the way she was explaining about her photograph, she was telling, because she was also asked why do we need to use a photograph, and Shri Mataji was explaining that all the her vibrations, the vibrations of the person of Shri Mataji were tremendous. She was born with a Kundalini energy completely activated. Her chakras were in the purest form. She was in meditation all the time, and you know what? She had so many conferences and public programs all over the world, thousands and hundreds of thousands. The moment she would enter the hall, which was packed with seekers, you know, the Kundalini of every one of those seekers would just rise, you know, just because of her presence. So then I heard in her talk that she told us that, you know, all these vibrations are there stored in the photographs. And that was exactly what happened, what I experienced in my dream, you know. So all of these, you know, small little happenings, small little coincidences, incidents, miracles, you may want to call them, you know, they build you up. They actually make you grow a lot. Yes, yeah, sure.
I have a little story, but my stories, I don't tell them often because they're always a bit cheeky. So um, I introduce it with the fact that Shri Mataji always very much supported the arts. And that resonates what Michelle was saying earlier, how we don't feel respected as housewives and we think it is not worth much. And you know, where the budget gets cut, first thing that gets cut is the arts, is the music, is the painting, all these things. And Shri Mataji always put incredibly much attention on arts, on paintings, on dance, on music. So every time we would have a big gathering, there would be a music program. So when we meet together and there's thousands of people and we meet for a big meditation, there's always a music evening, because through the music, through the art, the vibrations work us out to be ready for the meditation. It's literally like a pre-cleanse, you could say, to work us out through the music, because it doesn't go through the mind, right? Art doesn't go through the mind, it goes through the heart. And Sahasrara, as Michelle also said. So I'm telling you a tiny little story. So we had a performance, it may have been the choir, not sure. And just to let you all know, I wasn't very fond of the color green. It was just one color I wasn't particularly fond of. So I even said to my friends proudly, oh, I like all the colors to wear on clothing, but just not green. So we had this performance, and the choir was singing. And afterwards, very often Shri Mataji would give presents to people. And so I'm from Austria. So the Austrian representative came running to me after the program. He said, oh, Shri Mataji has a present for you. Shri Mataji has a present for you. I said, oh, I got a present from Shri Mataji. And it was a sari, right? An Indian dress. And it was folded. It was beautiful orange. I said, oh, I love orange. I love orange. And I open it up and it's green. But it was only green. Like I almost got punched by green. There was no design, there was no golden thread, it was green. And only I knew the message, because I knew the message, I don't like green. And here Shri Mataji gives me the greenest of green saris. And these are these little moments that we have where we only can know what it means. And it just meant you have to overcome your conditioning, you have to overcome your concepts. Here you go, we're green. And only the end part was a little orange. So that was just these, like how Prateek says, these, there's no deals, but you have these little stories, they're inside. Like you say, I get it 95, I believe in you. And in these little things, it happens with rain, it happens with weather, it happens with meeting people. Incredible coincidences of meeting people like that. And I agree with Prateek, you're all very lucky to get a glimpse of the feeling we have, because I grew up obviously in Austria with a Christian background, not very following Christian, but I never understood when the priest was saying brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters. I said, I don't feel anything. I don't feel you're my brother. I don't feel you're my sister. I don't feel it. And here we are online, and every single time I come in, like how Jay says, you know, we're in Zoom and it has a different vibe to it. I feel so related to all of you. I feel that you feel this connection, and that's that. And that happened to me back when I started Sahaja Yoga since 91. It's been like that. You meet people you've never seen before, from a completely different culture, with a completely different mindset, completely different past. And you feel connected as if it's your sister or your brother you knew forever. And you speak as if you just, you know, had a conversation yesterday. And this only happened to me with people who I met who had this realization. And whatever the background, so whatever the conditionings, whatever the identity, right? It's beyond. And that joy level, that's what we feel here. And I think that's why we're still on the call.
That's it, exactly.
It's the joy. It's this real, true, absolute joy that we feel just being together, even if it's online. Anyway, that was my cheeky story. So.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. All right, so
That's one. I was just gonna say quickly, I don't know how I'm even here. I don't go on this site at all. I have no idea how I wound up being invited to this. I don't.
Okay.
Because you're meant to be. You're meant to be.
I definitely believe that. There's no coincidences. So I'm so grateful that I'm a part of this. That's all.
All right. Okay.
I just want to say one thing more. You know what happened? You guys are talking about Mataji's third day when we did it. And after finishing this, when I went, I saw Mataji right. There was a picture there. I thought somebody's coming out. Said, how can it be Mataji's picture? And I just kept it to myself since you guys were talking about it. So I wanted to share with you. So that was a great experience that day. For a very short, maybe for a second or 2-3 seconds. But I said, wow, Mataji's picture is here. How Mataji is here with me?
Okay, thank you for sharing this, Veena. All right, so I can see Kyle has a question as well, and this may be the last question we're taking today, after which we are going to meditate again and then say goodbye to all of you. Yes, Kyle, go ahead.
Hi, thank you. You know, I wanted to ask maybe, since we're like asking you guys some questions, maybe, you know, some of the more experience, maybe after you're doing it for like 10 years, do you find it like if you're going to go into a relationship or you know, develop a relationship with somebody, you know, like let's say a close relationship, you know, this person has to be an SY also, or else it's not going to work out?
Okay, let's direct this question to Michelle. How about
I
that?
don't know if I'm putting it right. You know, it's like, you know, maybe it's going to be hard to have the same type of energy with somebody, or, you know, I mean, that's kind of
I would
yeah.
just give this a little very short answer and then pass it on to Michelle. I'm sure she's gonna have a lot to add. I would just say that you know, when you are a seeker and you're honest to it, and when you finally found it, you know, you finally found this meditation, and then you have experiences and you're being given the proof that, you know, it's working. And then as you sincerely go practicing it every day, things just fall into place. You know, everything, whatever is good for you, whatever is supposed to happen to you, whatever is good for your spiritual growth just happens to you without you putting in any effort, without you having to think about it, you know. So this has been my experience, and this has been the experience of so many others, but I'm sure Michelle would have a lot to add to this.
Thanks, Kalawati. Yeah, so I was just shaking my head as you were saying it. So, of course, you know, if this is the very foundation of my life, then I want my husband to, you know, at the very least support for me and Sahaja Yoga. But it's really interesting because I am about to turn 50 and I just got married last year, right? And I actually made the decision on vibrations, right? So like, I asked Shri Mataji if this is for my spiritual growth and this is what I want. And I lost the desire to, you know, sort of chase that. And then I just asked Shri Mataji, like, if this is for my growth. And then when I felt vibrations, I knew the direction to go in.
That's cool.
So,
man, I can't
Yeah,
even
and
miss
he
the boat.
doesn't meditate. And he
Really?
supports, no, but he's a very neutral guy, probably more neutral than I am. Like I'm supposed to be the yogi, and he's like the most even-keeled, non-reactive person I know. So
Oh, well,
actually, it's a
geez.
really nice balance for me because I see myself really clearly when I'm around him, because if I'm reacting and he's just enjoying the atmosphere and I'm like, I'm supposed to be this, meditation person that's, all peaceful. And if I, so we're given, I believe, this person was put in my life. So to give me that balance too, that really makes a difference. So.
Well, that you were the perfect person to talk right there. Then, like, you went into a relationship with you got married to somebody that doesn't even practice it. So,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
cool. Well,
All
thank you,
right.
Kalawati.
Thank you, Kyle. All right, so I guess it's time for us to enjoy a short meditation before we say goodbye. Prateek, would you like to go ahead and lead us into meditation?
Yeah. So let's gently close our eyes. Put our right hand on the top of our head. Massage our Sahasrara a bit. Again, praying to our Mother Kundalini. Mother, please come into my Sahasrar. Please take me into that state of meditation. Please relax all my thoughts. Slowly we can bring our hand back on our lap. We'll take a deep breath and recite Om. And while we do that, we'll raise our right hand along our central channel. So take a deep breath, inhale. Om. A couple of times more. Inhale. One last time. Let's again see on our hands. What are we feeling on our hands and on top of our head? Let's slowly raise our Kundalini along our central channel and give ourselves bandhan, keeping our attention along our central path as we raise our hand. Giving ourselves a bandhan for the 7 chakras. Muladhar, Swadhisthana, Nabhi, void, Anahat or heart, Vishuddhi, Agya, Sahasrar. Keeping our attention in our heart, again thank our own spirit. Mother, I am thankful to you for giving me this realization, for connecting me to my spirit, to my much higher self, and for giving me this awareness. Please let me grow along with it. Let my heart expand. Let my heart manifest the quality of my spirit, the love and compassion in its true sense. We'll just end the meditation by the 3 mantras, by singing the 3 mantras. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Triguణatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalaki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalaki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Again, both the hands together at the level of our heart. Complete humility and gratitude to our own Kundalini. Let us thank again. Over to you, Kalawati.
Thank you, Prateek, for this beautiful moment of meditation. So we are going to say goodbye to all of you now. Tomorrow, we are going to again focus on how we can go deep into meditation and sustain the state of meditation. And I hope all of you enjoyed today's session. See you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone.